Well, Jason, I know that we've taken a lot of your time.
I can go 10 more minutes. So if you have a couple of extra questions you want to go to, I'll do a lightning round with you.
That would be awesome.
If you were a character on The Office, who would you be?
You know, I don't watch The Office, but I want to watch the Ricky Gervais one. Ricky Gervais is my Hassan Minhaj and Ricky Gervais, obviously Chappelle, but I really love those two comedians. I think they're just absolutely amazing. So I probably would say Ricky Gervais, but I haven't really watched it. And people say I look like Ricky Gervais, at least when I was fat. Hey-oh, gotcha, Ricky. Ricky and I have a friend in common, Sam Harris. So, but probably Ricky Gervais.
Have you ever thought about doing like a 200 or a 300 level for Angel University? I feel like I'm in the valley of darkness, or that you're talking about.
J curve, yes.
Ooh. And it's just, so like I would love to learn what's next about distributions, what it takes to, about being.
We'll do that. We'll do an Angel University. I don't know what we'll call it, but yeah, we'll do an advanced course for sure.
How do you decide what is in the background of your broadcast? So for me, I have the greatest wrestler of all time, the school that I went to, a poster that Tim's daughter made me for a race.
Yeah, that's Blade Runner. There's these artists online who will reinterpret famous movies. So Blade Runner is my favorite film, I think, of all time. And then Gladiators right there. People think it's MF Doom. MF Doom got it from Gladiator, but that's the Gladiator mask. And that's The Mandalorian, which my daughters and I love. But I find particular meaning in cinema. I'm a big cinema fan. I would have been a director in another life. And, I have Black Hawk Down, Prometheus, Blade Runner. I love a lot of Kurosawa films. I got a whole oeuvre of and genre of film I really enjoy. Yeah, that's what I put in the background. And there's a guitar there.
I love the little background stories you talked about at Saturday Night Live with Elon.
Well, that was hilarious. Yeah. We were talking about the other day, and we were just having a meal, and we were just talking about how surreal that week was. And I thanked him for taking me, and he said, "Oh, thanks for coming." I wanted to share it with somebody. It was super surreal. And I think it was also very meaningful for people. When he said he had Asperger's, and I don't want to take credit for anything, but, I did workshop, some of the stuff he did. And I workshopped the Asperger stuff with Colin Jost, who's incredibly talented. And again, I don't take zero credit for his performance or the brilliance of Saturday Night Live and his brilliance as a performer. But I did get 2 jokes into the monologue, so I felt pretty good about that. And the Asperger's was one, and the O.J. Simpson one was the other. So I give myself credit for 0.2% of that moment in time. But it was really special. I think that I'll just share one thing, because I don't really like to talk too much about Elon, because he's the most famous guy in the world now, and we've been friends for over 20 years now. And it's just very weird because anytime I talk about him, it becomes reaggregated or reblogged. But there was a woman who, after the show wraps, it's like the energy level is very high, and we're in the green room. And Miley Cyrus is in this green room. We're in this one. Everybody's shaking hands, and Laura Michaels and, other comedians are there, and, who weren't even on the show, just came to watch and meet Elon. And the woman comes in who, the costume people are unbelievable. To watch, I was sitting in the green room while they were changing him. And the woman who was there came in, and she was super emotional. And, she gave me a hug. Oh my God, so great to meet you. It was a great week. And she was very emotional. She said, "I just got to tell you something. My son has Asperger's. I just got off the phone with him, and he was crying, and I'm crying, and now I start crying. And this was incredibly meaningful for him to have somebody like Elon admit he has Asperger's." And I said, "Why are you telling me? Tell him." And she said, "Well, I don't want to bother him." And I said, "Elon, she has something to tell you about what just happened with her son." And Elon's the most gracious guy in the world when it comes to fans or just, humans in general. And it's quite a moment. And I said, I took the liberty of saying, "Should we take a picture and send it to your son?" And she was like, "What?" And, Elon's cool with that, because I can read the room, And so I took her phone, took a picture, sent it to his son. And It was just a lot of fun. And so, I'm very lucky to, have Elon or Travis or Chamath or Roelof from Sequoia. I just got countless people in my life who are, have just, great humans who've done great things in the world. And, I get to have some very surreal experiences. And that's really what I'm optimizing my life for, is just having just incredibly joyful experiences all the time.
Are you stuck at your home office, socially distanced coffee shop, or your fancy, all bricked out corner office, wondering why no one can see your business and sales are all over the place? Sounds like you need a pro. That's why I developed the Anomaly Academy. Insert clever copy here. Oh, I guess I was supposed to put something else there. Oops. You can grab access to the Anomaly Academy now at zachmillersays.com/Anomaly Academy.